happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to everybody that's been in here for a minute. Welcome to everybody that comes in. I can look down here and see now. I can also type now. And I can also do other things now. Which I'm just going to change that back. That's irritating me. Okay. There we go. Oh, now I got to play with this. Oh, shit. Here we go. All right, let's get a A/B check. Make sure everybody can hear us, see us. I was having some video problem, and I figured that out earlier. So, yeah, I think we're good. I think, possibly.
We hope.
All right. Looks like Scotty's saying everything checks out. Awesome. Cool. So, how's everybody doing? It's Saturday. And it's early. It's weird that I go on early. It's just weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
And of course now the dogs want to know.
Because
yes.
It never fails.
All right. So I will just go through the timeline here and see who all popped in. Silver Creek's popping in, saying what's up. Mark Sturleson, what's happening? Good day. ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? Let's see. Then we got into a discussion about a couple planes that crashed, and that really sucks because they're one of my favorite planes. Liquid Zoo only fins. Matt's here. What's happening, Matt? Kyle Jaded made it in. Scotty Aquati. Petro Man. How's it going, Petro Man? Jenna P, how you doing? Let's see. Big Shrimpin'. Yo, Metalhead, what's good? Audio Gucci. I think I said that right.
Gucci?
Yes.
Gucci.
Yeah. It's like Dead's Aquatics Pets made it. Says hi, Josh and Jess and everyone. How we doing? Garden of Eater, how you doing?
I'm pretty sure that's Grant.
It is Grant. Shelby. Or Shelby. It's one of them.
I think Shelby has her.
What's happening? Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. How's it going, Stephen P? Oh, let's see. You know what? I've got one. I'm going to get the other now. Bam. All right. You know what? You get a wrench too. There we go. Okay. It's what I do. Don't
you? Scuba Steve-O.
Scuba Steve-O. How's it going, buddy?
Mountain Greenery.
Mountain Greenery. How's it going? I think we're caught up.
And, he said it's Grant. Shelby is adding the valves for the closed loop air system. We'll tell Shelby we said hello as well.
Yep, we'll say hi. All right. Only Oscars made it in. June, how's it going?
Hi, June.
Glass Box Swimmer, how's it going? Now I think we're caught up. Maybe I'll just give it a couple more seconds. I got some video I wanted to. I figured out how to do videos. Okay. I mean, I knew, but you know what I mean. Now, maybe eventually I'll learn how to maybe mute them and put some music behind them so everybody can kind of groove with it. Okay, I'm never going to do that again. Yeah. Anyway, since Lady Metalhead was doing her live just a few minutes ago, I was being sneaky and looking up fish so I could show them because she wasn't quite sure she knew what kind of fish it was. And I just have animals flying past my head all the time. It's just like,
there's a cattail.
So, what the hell? Let's talk some fish because I mean, it is kind of a fish channel, right? So earlier she was discussing about getting some fish, and wasn't quite sure what a sparkling gourami was. I think that's what that was.
That is beautiful.
But there you go. That's a neat looking fish. Now here's one I am personally after. Red frontosis.
Oh, I can't put those in my 15 gallons.
Oh, but I can put them in this one. Or that. I have after. Yeah. Michigan Tropical popping in. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. Let's see. You know what? I do need to make. Actually, I got emailed June. I forgot all about that because I do. I forget a lot.
Yeah, it happens.
Where's the
Big Shrimpin says, I want a damn wrench. Nobody likes me.
there?
Oh, Silver Creek, I'm sorry that it unsubbed you and you missed my live stream, but I'm coming back on Saturday afternoons now.
I'm like Oprah. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench.
Everybody gets a wrench.
Let's see. One that I kind of want to find, a fish that I kind of want to track down to toss into the cube tank over there. You know, toss and get. See what I did? Okay. Are these?
Oh, what are those?
I believe those are rainbow gudgeons. I can't say it, but they're really cool looking fish.
Hi, Brennan.
Let's see. Brennan made it in. What's happening?
He clocked in, but he'll be listening.
Well, that's cool.
Clocked into work.
See, you know what? I keep missing that one. Keeps jumping. There.
Gee, hello.
Everybody gets a wrench, except for one person, and I'm waiting for them to try it. Kind of fun doing this. I don't know.
Okay.
No, and now listen, I expect nothing out of anybody with a wrench, other than if you catch something and we don't catch it in time. Feel free to handle it. Don't feel like you have to be here. You know what I mean. If you can't make it, I'm not going to be upset. That's what I mean. Anyway, on with it, Metalhead. And I just froze on my computer. I don't know if I froze everybody else there.
No.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I did kind of show this to you already, but these are the celestial pearls, which are really cool.
They are really pretty.
Yeah. Sex Panther, what? What?
FTW. The world.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have no train of thought. I literally.
Squirrel.
Yeah. You should just ask the guy with the fish store what kind of fish you want. Ha 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 ha. I've done that before, I think.
My biggest thing, see, and that's my biggest thing. Like, I know he could get them too. It's just the paying the shipping, and then with the cold weather, I can't guarantee they're going to show up alive. And it's just.
But see, here's the advantage we have: we can just go to his store and bring them back.
We could.
In a warm car. There we go.
Lefty, hello.
Can't leave Lefty in here without a wrench. There we go.
So, I mean, yeah, we can do that too. That is definitely an option.
Oh, looks like Lefty 3G. How's it going, guys? How's it going? I'm just weird today, man. Just really weird. Have you ever tried Bud Platinum? I have.
Yes.
They're not bad.
I actually love Bud Platinum.
Yeah. Nope. And there's Skull. What's happening, Skull? Okay, that's it. I'm not throwing any more wrenches. I mean, I might. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Michael says, look at your phone. I have them coming Thursday.
I will look
No.
afterward. Maybe unless it's a picture.
It's probably a picture.
Oh, it's a video. I can't look at it right now.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind.
I will look when this is done. Because if I do that now, it screws shit up.
Yeah.
Silver Creek says I gotta go work. I have to crawl under our add-on and add some insulation. I was lazy before. That sucks. I usually wait until about the coldest day of the year to go down in the basement and jam insulation into areas. I had all summer to do it.
Yep.
I don't care.
He said you have to look, and then he says, "Okay, fine, I'll send you a pic."
Yeah.
It's the whole video thing. The video will screw up.
Yeah, the video messes everything up. The picture, I can just go, oh yeah.
How do you drop a link? So basically, you just copy and then paste it into the chat to share.
Yep. You could do that, Matt. Might. Cool. Sorry.
Not necessarily.
We're gonna try it without screwing anything up. Ooh. That's gonna get me in trouble. Those are pretty. Are those platinums? All right. Let's do some. Oh, they're pretty. It's a platinum guard. Just saying.
He does have some pretty value.
Yeah. Michael always gets really nice platinums and just harder to find fish.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you're looking for stuff like that, that's the guy you need to get a hold of right there. One of. Let's see. Let's see how the T-bone tank's holding up. Now, mind you, I gotta clean it, but I gotta clean the tank. Not gonna lie, but they're in there and they're doing great. Fantastic. Petroman says, started the carnivore diet 4 weeks ago. Only wanted to lose my gut. Lost 40 pounds now. I'm too skinny. Only eat meat and eggs, no carb, sugar, or the shit really works. Now I'm 210 pounds and 6'2". I'm 240 and 6 foot. 35. Ish. Matt says, just make your wife do what Grant does and make your wife do the work. Yeah.
I did my water changes and tank cleaning today, thanks.
You know, I can say, going back to the weight loss thing, either A, I stretched a leather belt, or I'm starting to lose a little bit. My guess is I stretched the belt.
I don't know.
I haven't done shit to lose weight.
I don't know.
And see, I mainly do a carnivore diet. If it's meat, I'll eat it.
True. But you also eat carbs.
I work on carbs.
Carbs would be, like bread.
Yeah, but it's good when you put butter on it.
Well, yeah, but that's not part of the carnivore diet.
Leather shrinks. You've lost weight, bro. I don't know if there was a way to stretch it or not. Oh, let's see. Let's pop in on. Let's show Frankie. We haven't shown Frankie. Oh, you can. I'm an idiot. Frankie. He says Jeff works on cars too. Yes, I do. Then you get really good side view of it here. There. Sort of. Okay, I'm right. There. No, what would you say he is? I tried to put my finger up and get him to go next to it, and it didn't work. Don't know if you guys heard that or not. I figured out you could unmute the mic, but he's up to probably
I would say about
4 inches.
4 to 5.
Yeah.
4 to 5 inches.
Let's see. Michael says, "Is it snowing there yet?"
Yes.
It has been. It was doing that before I woke up.
And it still is.
I woke up at like 7 for some damn reason. I don't know. Let's see. Scotty Aquati says, "Josh worked on cards too." Yes, I do. It's a secret. I don't want too many people knowing I know how to do that. I really wish they didn't get so damn big. Well, that's why he's by himself in a 150. Hopefully he doesn't outgrow it.
Pea puffers don't, but they're not as fun.
Yeah. Well, pea puffers are the smaller puffers are a little touchier because you have to switch them to brackish.
Yeah.
But I guess the Fahakas you don't. Them and the Maboos. Let's see. Big Shrimpin says, "Where are you that it's snowing?" We are in Indiana, northern Indiana, northeastern Indiana. We're above Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Whereas Derek said that Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. We're like what, an hour from the Ohio border?
If that. No. Well, if you drive, we're an hour from the Ohio border.
Because I'm sorry, I don't drive 30 miles over the speed limit.
I could be there in 40 minutes flat with my tow truck.
Scotty, please feel free to come to Indiana and scoop it all up and take it home with you.
Yes, feel free.
But
take it all.
Bring warm water in the process.
Must take it all. Free. Must take it all.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't make a mess.
Snow does a pretty good job of that. Hey, you guys remember that flower horn I picked up at the Keystone Clash? You guys want to see him? This is Galactus. Orange too. He's starting to develop orange. He's kind of fading off and getting orange, which he's a fireman's dream high self mix, and they believe he was gonna fade. The gentleman or the couple that sold it to me, it was their fry, or it was an accidental fry, whatever you want to call it. But he says the rest of the ones that had been by these two fish have all faded and turned out being really pretty. So I saw him. I couldn't look away. It came down to him and a fish that kept blowing bags out, just literally blow the bags right out. He was that aggressive. And I was like, man, I really want that one. Because you guys all know I like aggressive fish, but but yeah, no, that's Galactus, and he's doing fantastic. He's developed his own personality, his own attitude. He's almost just as psychotic as Bobby.
Yeah.
And speaking of Bobby, what the hell? Let's show him. He forgets where his head is. He hits the tank.
Head first, right into the glass.
That gets me every time. Oh, man.
Kyle says, "Where's the widows?" You did not take a video
Oh,
of the
well,
widows.
yes, I did.
Oh.
They, believe it or not, are in the cube tank for now until they get a little bigger and I can catch them. They're just not big enough for back here with the Silver Surfer here. I'm a little afraid to toss them in there. But I'll show them to you. So you might have caught one or both in there. I'm not sure. I know there was definitely one at the start there, but those two are just doing great. Um, and you could actually catch one of the German blue rams I got from Keystone Clash in there. The smallest one, go figure. Um, the other two are somewhere in that foliage, but they're in there. Once in a while, I see them all kind of rush to the front. That's usually when I'm putting food in the tank. Other than that, they go and zip through all the plants in there. Bruiser CD, how's it going, Bruiser?
Hey, Bruiser.
But yeah, that would be the update on some of the fish there. These guys, you can kind of see them behind me, so I didn't feel it was necessary to really show that one, but
Right.
I can. I actually did find footage that I took on my GoPro, and I'll be damned if I know where I put my GoPro. It's somewhere.
I know exactly where it is. I don't know where the waterproof case for it is.
So the last 5 times when I said, "Where's my damn GoPro?" that would have been helpful.
You never asked me where it was.
Anyways, long story short, I was tooling around on the phone, and I actually found the footage I took, and I was shocked because I was like, "Man, I could not get it to connect. I couldn't get it to connect, and when I did, I got it to upload to the computer. I couldn't get it to go to the editing program I used, and it never worked. So I figured that was lost footage. So that footage is like a year old, but I found it. So I'm thinking probably today or tomorrow I'll probably work on that a little bit. Maybe put that out there because I always intended to put it out. But it's cool. It was actually me with the GoPro camera in the pool, and I got some really awesome underwater close up of everybody that was in the pool at the time, which most of them are still there. There's a few that are gone, but it's definitely cool. I have footage from the bar at Shella. Oh, now that I got to
Right, because
get.
that specific night was quite interesting.
That was a fun night.
I would have loved to see that footage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the night we almost got kicked out.
Petro Man said that Oscar's looking nice. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's the one that I picked up locally from a gentleman that just didn't want him anymore. He wanted to go a different route in his tank, and he came across us and was like, "Hey, man, were you interested?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So there he is. All right, Michael, you have a good night, man. Then I got the 2 Red Devils, and Groot's just getting huge. They're all over here because I haven't fed them yet. And they're looking at me going, "Why has the human not fed us yet?" Probably making them very mad.
I'm sorry, I don't speak English.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way. But
My address has changed.
no, we've had our share of ups and downs with fish, but she was just discussing that earlier. But everybody in here is doing fantastic. I mean, the frontosa are getting nice and big, and those frontosa, I've had those guys for, oh man, probably 3 years or more, maybe 4. I don't know, somewhere in that area. The Black Widow frontosa, we got those guys when we were with Kyle Jaded and at the OCA event, and I think we did that a year or 2 ago.
But 2 years ago now, I don't think we went last year.
I want to say it's been 2 years, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Let's see. Bruiser says, "Do you know if the flower horn from the Clash is a male or female?" I believe it's a male. I'm just gonna have to grab him and look at his butt. But
It's acting aggressive like a
definitely acts like a male. My thing is though, the snout is longer, and I guess that's the difference from the Asian variant to the U.S. variant. The snouts are longer, but that guy's not full size yet.
No.
I should probably check that now while he's easy to grab, because once he gets to Bobby size, he ain't gonna be easy to grab,
No.
he or she. But with the way he's developing, I believe it's a male.
I believe male as well. The female that we had was not nearly as aggressive.
She could be,
but not like him.
She wasn't anything like that.
No, he's.
So he's already displaying the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But not quite 100% sure. Never really.
I'm not so sure that they even knew.
They said it was a male. But, everybody can make mistakes. And I'm not saying they did, but I'm just saying.
Right.
There's a possibility they may have looked at it and thought, oh, yeah, that's a boy. No, it's not. So that would be actually pretty cool if it was a female. Because then I could turn the Barry White on and the red lights down low and get some baby Bobbies.
Not really, because Bobby would kill it.
Well, maybe. If he was in the mood.
No.
Anyways, it's like Big Easy support groups made it in. How's it going, buddy? Paul McCarthy, how's it going, Paul? I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, there we go.
I don't know what you're doing either.
I was trying to go up.
Oh.
I know nothing about them. Have you thought about pairing Bobby? Well,
again,
Bobby actually paired with a jewel cichlid 3 years ago. Weirdest thing. And that was completely unintentional. It was just I had him in a community tank because he wasn't very big. But that's when the aggression was starting. And Bobby would actually just bum rush anybody that got near this one particular fish. And then they would start bedding down and whatever. She'd lay eggs. I don't think they went anywhere. But, well, obviously they didn't. I thought jewel cichlids were mouth brooders, but I don't think they are because this one laid them.
Right.
But she was laying them in gravel, and we weren't sure if Bobby was male or female, but they paired up. I mean, he wouldn't let anyone around him. So that was the end of that, and that was the last time. Ever since that tank, Bobby's been by himself. Up until recently, he's got a pleco with him.
He tries to kill anything with him.
He tried to kill the pleco, but he couldn't even make a mark on him. So now they're best of friends.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Ish. He still attacks him every now and then if he spooks him.
Yeah, they'll be okay in there. Bobby can't really hurt that guy too much. I mean, worst he can do is nip a fin here and there, but I'm more worried about that pleco shanking him. But that would have to be a pretty good shot out of that pleco, too.
June said she had a flower horn that paired with an Oscar.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting as well.
She has an interesting flower horn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, T-Bone. I'm kind of interested to see what he looks like.
When he gets bigger, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you guys were wondering, she sent the video in, which I don't think I have a clip on here of, but yeah, I don't. Really awesome coloring. I'd be interested to see what that one looks like when it gets bigger. She says he's still so small. Don't worry.
It doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long. I think Bobby didn't hit his full size until maybe like a year and a half, 2 years old.
Right.
And I mean, now he's like 11 inches, and he's just huge. So, but Galactus, we got him at the Keystone Clash, and I think he was, I forgot exactly how old they said they were, but it was only a few months. So I don't believe that that guy's quite a year old yet. But I've got him in there by himself just because I didn't know his temperament, which is why the Black Widows are in the cube tank, because they're actually doing really good in there. I really didn't have a safe tank to put them in.
Well, they like to hide in there
without them getting the crap beat out of them. Because I just, they're not big enough to go in here yet. If I didn't have that arowana, I could probably get away with it. But
maybe
that arowana would eat them. Like, just gulp them. That's how small they are still. So, yeah, I've had them for a long time, but when I got them, they were the size of my pinky. I mean, they were small. Yeah. And Frontosa take forever to grow. Let's see. Metalhead set up their new tank from Chicago.
That wasn't our tank.
That wasn't our tank, yeah. We were babysitting that tank.
That tank actually belongs to Kelly Foreman. We just had to keep an eye on it for her until she could get the means to have a big enough vehicle to take it home. And she lives in the same city as us, so.
Yeah, literally like 10 minutes.
Not even 10 minutes away.
But neither one of us could get the whole setup in either one of our cars. So we had to wait there with it so nothing happened to it. And she had to come back with her truck. And we got it loaded up and she got it back here. Hopefully at least took it out of the truck. That's a really nice tank.
It is a beautiful tank.
Yeah.
June said I would have sold that tank. Yeah, we thought about it. I thought about just messaging her and being like,
I thought about asking her if she wanted her old 90-gallon back. And
no, you did ask her and she told you no.
She's like, no, I want this one. I was like, damn it. Because the stand was built perfectly for the tank. It was awesome. And it was only like a 72 gallon. And I'm like, man, you want your 90-gallon back?
She said
no. Nope.
We did. Believe me, I thought about being like, Kelly, we walked out of the room to kind of walk around the hotel for a little bit, and apparently housekeeping came in and they tried to move your tank to sleep and they broke it.
Yeah, it's gone.
It didn't work though.
No, I couldn't do that. Bruiser CB says, man, I love that cube setup. Thank you. That took forever.
That's been a lot of hard work.
That took months just to get it done. And I mean, I could have done it faster if I'd have done it correctly. But you know me, I don't do nothing right. So.
It's not that you don't do it right, you just don't do it on time.
I'm on the firm belief of when I say I'll get it done, I'll get it done. There's no need to nag me every 6 months. But no, I'm super happy with the outcome of that tank. And every day I look at it and I see old videos from where that tank, when we got it, I saw that tank before Steven even got it. Mm-hmm. Her and I, that tank has undergone such a change in the last 2 or 3 years. And just to see what it's doing now, I mean, it's its own habitat. It's there. So now all the plants are starting to take off, and it'd be nice if they'd breed in there, but it is what it is. It's just I'm super happy with the outcome of that tank. That tank is well worth all the trouble that we had getting it to take off, getting it going, and all that. Well worth it. The end result's well worth it. Yeah. And I've said that about more than one tank in this house. Frank's tank, same thing. That took quite a while to get it going, but I wanted it right before we put anything in it. I wanted it right.
Right.
And that thing's been rocking and rolling for little Frankie. So,
Yep. We had 3 come in while you were talking.
oh, I was off on a tangent.
Uh-huh.
It's like Big Fish Keeper. How's it going? Jimmy P. What's happening, Jimmy P? How you doing? Skipper Aquariums. How's it going, Skipper? Oh, let's see. Jim says everything is so freaking heavy. What? Do I know that? Yeah. I've probably got the weight of 2 Cadillacs in one room right now. And I'm not talking modern day Cadillacs. I'm talking 65 and up. Did you know there's such a thing as a fish clock? The clock you can hang on the wall and it holds 1.25 gallons. It's really not enough for better, but when you run out of space, you hang your tanks on the wall. Yeah, that's awesome. I have seen wall tanks before.
The one that OFR
Yeah,
had,
they had
was
one
like
there.
a tube
It wasn't very big,
Uh-uh.
but that's not a half bad idea at this point.
I actually do have a little 2-gallon that if I built a shelf sturdy enough,
We
I
keep
could
going,
hang on
this
the wall.
house is just going to implode.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, it's a tough old girl, but you can only take so much. Giggity. Oh man, but yeah, that tank is, and I think I made I think I went on YouTube and figured out how to make I don't know what you call it, a playlist uh, of that tank and its whole journey with us at least. And I think I'm going to do one if I haven't already. I don't remember doing it. I mean, I didn't, but I think I'm going to do one for the 150 that I have Frankie in too. Uh, just to kind of show the journey that tank went on because that was fun. Uh, I could do that with T-Bone's tank too, but that's pretty much in one video. But that tank doesn't get a lot of attention. That tank is one, it's the oldest tank we have.
It is.
2, that tank has undergone so many changes.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire time, well, when my mom had it, she bought it new. And she had it set up as a saltwater tank. And then she gave it to us because she didn't want it anymore. And we set it up as a saltwater tank. And then that went to hell. And I attempted to do brackish in it. That didn't work. Then it sat around for quite a bit of time with nothing in it. And then I finally got it cleaned out and put stuff in it. And it's been functional ever since. So I think the worst thing that's happened was having to clean all the old salt out, and I had to put a different filter on it because the other one cracked.
Yep.
Which that's the worst. That's the worst thing you got to deal with in a tank. I guess that's the worst thing. But that tank is well over 20 years old.
Yeah.
Let's see. Big Shrimpin says I keep seeing people say hi, June, but I don't see it. Only Oscar's in the chat. Is there a different June, or is she in some other kind of chat and doesn't show up? No, she was in here.
She's actually she just
right here.
replied under your comment.
Yep.
She is here.
Oh yeah, she's here. But yeah, I just I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Every tank has its own journey, whether it be a 5-minute journey or
Years.
like the 125. I was able to get that set up. That took a little bit of time, but I was able to get that up and running and got all my cichlids out of here and into there. That journey wasn't as cool, even though it took a trailer to do it.
Right.
I mean, that guy was getting out of the hobby and literally sold me everything that he had for the hobby. He's like, "That's it, I'm done. Just come get it." Oh, you can't tell this guy twice.
No.
So went and did that, And he wired in the stand. He did a GFI switch on it, and there's, I don't know, 6 or 7 separate outlets, and they're all switched. You can turn them on, turn them off whenever you want. I'm like, man, that's really awesome. And so, I mean, I love that thing. But that's one of the most expensive tanks I've got. We all know because I did the video
Anyway,
that I shouldn't have had to do, but I did it anyways because, I'm not going to lie, it was fun. One just shutting somebody up. It's always fun to shut someone up. But the worst part about it is after the video's over, then I start thinking, holy shit, I got a lot of money wrapped up in these things.
yeah.
That's not deterring me. I'm just saying that.
It is a lot of money, though.
Yeah. So,
It is.
yeah. But you know what? If you want to play, you got to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, there's been a few things that we've been given, and yeah, some fish we've been given here and there, but they all weren't free.
No. And those free tanks and free fish are very far and few between.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're getting free stuff all the time.
I've got 2 freebies, I think. Yeah. Well, that one's really not my tank. That's Maddie's tank. So,
Right.
so there.
Beta Aquatics, hello.
What's happening, Betta?
Matt
Just
says
says
money.
my 300 gallon is my most expensive tank, and it's not even set up yet. Well, sometimes that happens.
Mhm.
Matt says, money. I heard you got it all for free. Yeah, so did somebody else.
That's what we heard too.
That's what we heard
It
too.
was funny.
Man, I sure wish my wallet would have heard that.
Right.
Hmm.
I wish our wallet still heard that.
Yeah, that would have been great. I could have bought a Cadillac.
Regardless if the fish and tanks all came for free or not, it still costs money to keep everything going.
Oh, and it costs money to get them here.
You know, you're paying electricity to keep the filtration and everything running. You're paying to make sure that they're fed. So even if they all were free, we're still paying.
Yeah.
But they weren't all free.
June says she was given an Oscar from PetSmart.
Aw.
I could pull that off.
Right.
They don't give nothing away.
No.
But yeah, no, it's one of those things. You know, it's everybody knew the situation, the BS that happened between us and OFR. That's no secret. That's no lie. We're not hiding nothing. But for somebody to just come out and say they gave you everything, well, that's when I was like, you know what? We're just going to make a video. So if anything, she sparked me creatively, and I thank her for that. And I hope she saw me say that too.
Jenna P says, shh, don't try to use logic.
Yeah, this is true. Jeremy, what's happening, Jeremy? Holy shit, I hate banks. Fucking froze my card, and they're just like, oh, well, sorry, you don't have money. Yeah, see, yeah, those banks. Wow. And you know what? We've had that happen before, and it sucks. Or, you know, something that you forgot you had scheduled goes through, and you're like, okay, well, I got this much. It'll get me by for until this day. And then something goes through, and, well, that dwindled down to $20 quick.
Right.
You know? Yeah, I hate that. And, yeah. Or if you screw up and you don't answer a text and they just freeze your account, and you can't talk to anybody until Monday morning.
Oh, we've been there too.
Been there, done that. Not fun.
No.
Saturday too. Yeah. Well, a lot of banks shut down yesterday for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And
Our bank is usually open on Saturday, I think, until like 2.
Yeah, but they probably didn't open today. Just, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I could be wrong. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, June says he was dropped off because of aggression. An Oscar that's aggressive. Huh. Never knew that existed. I've never seen an aggressive Oscar. Hey, but at least you got one. I'll bet you that thing's just as calm as a puppy.
They all are. They're water dogs.
What it probably was a case of whoever bought it, took it home, put it in a 10-gallon tank with 5
Puppies,
goldfish, and it ate them.
'cause that's what they do.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. I'm big on it. Don't put Oscars in a small tank. Don't research before you get them. If you know how they are and you put them in a smaller tank with other fish, you're just asking for it.
For sure.
Now, if they're only this big, okay, and you got other tanks, fine. But you got to know when it's time to yank those big guys out of it because they ain't going to stay small forever. They're one of the fastest growers there is.
Right.
So, and they'll just grow faster if they eat the other one.
Yep.
It's the circle of life.
Yep. Greg Deniger, hello.
What's happening, Craig? How you doing? Good morning. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're on the other side of the pond. Yeah.
Yep.
I think him and Mark and a few others are on the other side of that pond.
Yep.
I think Paul's over there too, isn't he?
Yep. Got a few over there.
I wish I could had my other camera up here focused on the cube tank because there's one of the Black Widows just chilling out there. Like, hey man, what's up? Now that you're not recording me. And I gotta say, I loved getting the German Blue Rams. They're awesome. I love them. But my Bolivian Rams, I just really wish I would have got more of those guys. They are really pretty. The bigger they get, the more they color up. Jeremy says, anyone want to go to a dinner? Which dinner you're paying? Well, if we were close, man, I'd help you out as best as I could. And by dinner would literally be whatever's on the dollar menu and maybe a beer or two.
Right.
Because I ain't got it like that either.
No.
You know? Oh man, that's when you just say to hell with them and get overdraft.
Mm-hmm.
That at least you got something to get you by, float you for a couple days.
Yep.
I have got to do work on that 125. It is so disgusting.
You keep saying you're gonna work on it, but then you don't.
Well, I'm sick and tired of gravel substrate. I'm just sick and tired of it. And that's one of the last tanks with gravel substrate in it, except for that one.
Right.
I'm just foaming at the mouth to get that crap out of there.
I know.
It looks like a jungle gym.
Yeah. My betta tank has gravel, and I want to get that out of there too and get him sand.
I like the way sand looks. I like the way,
It's easier to maintain.
Sand, it will also help brighten the tank, and that's kind of what I need on that one.
Yeah.
But a little bit better for them anyways. I don't know. They're all wigging out. They are my hair algae destroyers.
Yes, they are.
Let's see. Silver Creek says, I love my Bolivian Rams, fiery little dudes, like watching WWF wrestling. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that is very true.
Yep.
In fact, I think, did I? No. Oh, that's right. I couldn't. Well, anyways, I figured out a really good way to destroy air algae, and that's just throw it in the 125. No plants can survive in that tank, except for algae. That's it. But hair algae dies quickly. Well, dead kitty.
Okay, so let me bring this back. I got up because I needed to go to the bathroom, and I picked her up because I was going to move her, and then she did that. Now I have to figure out how to hold her like this and pee at the same time.
Please do that in the bathroom.
Well, obviously, but
Dang. Is that the other one?
This is Nugget.
Okay, I don't know their
He
name.
is over there on the table with Carly.
I don't know their names.
This is Nugget.
I just know they fly by my head randomly. Let's see. June says, or sand, bare bottom or sand, much easier to keep cleanish. Yeah, sort of. The problem is, like in your case with Oscars, those things poop a lot. A lot. So yeah, I get why you want to go bare bottom. Totally understand it. I'm keeping the pool as bare bottom as I possibly can. One, if I have to tear it down for any reason, because I do plan on building a bigger pond down there. Once the wood prices can maybe somewhat drop down lower, that'll probably never happen. But that's why I'm not really throwing a bunch of substrate in there, because I mean, I got buckets of gravel. I can't give this stuff away. It's either that or throw it outside, which I've already done that with half of the buckets because I needed the bucket. And I did have one guy that wanted black gravel. Actually, the guy that gave me Silver Surfer there wanted black gravel. And I'm like, hey, dude, I got you. So he came and took a bunch of it. But I'm about to have probably 2 or 3 more 5-gallon buckets of it when I go and dig it all out of the 125. Yeah. Jeremy says, where was it? Wood price is cheap. That's my retirement. That wood tree out back. Yeah. I don't know why either, man. It's just wood just jumped, which we all know why, but that was at the same time I was going to go get the materials. I measured out everything I needed. I figured up everything I was going to need. And I was going to go get it, and then everything went to hell. And I'm like, okay, plan B, Intex. And I couldn't find the one with the clear window. Those weren't readily mass produced yet. And I found an Intex pool for $200, and I said, "To hell with it, that's it." And I think it was 608 gallons, and then you add the 50-gallon barrel that I turned into a filter on it. I don't know, 650-ish, 30, 40, somewhere in there.
Yep.
But the wood prices are simmering down a little bit now, so then I can maybe possibly kind of sort of do what I wanted to do down there originally. The only bad part
for the backyard.
the only bad part is I have to figure out somewhere to put them while I'm constructing that one, which means the other side needs to have things cleaned up and moved around, and I'm gonna have to build a temporary unit for them that's not as big because I can't fit anything that big over there.
No.
This is what sucks when you only have a half basement. I'm really contemplating digging the rest of the basement out. Just to expand this room. What's cheaper, buy a new house or dig the basement out? Buy a new house or add a whole half a house on? What's cheaper? I think the work is cheaper. I don't know. Could just be me. Yeah. I will be right back.
Oh, joy.
Maybe.
I'm getting left alone to try to entertain people. Your little cameraless picture thingy is gone. The Camaro?
It's been fun, yeah.
Oh. Okay. June says, I've started making plans for the garage fish room. Yeah, we don't even have a garage. Like, we have a pretty decent sized backyard. But we don't want to take too much of that away because we have dogs that need a yard to run around and do their thing in. So that's why our basement, or part of our basement, has turned into fish tanks, and he's trying to figure out a way to add more down there. And Jeremy says, I want to dig a tunnel off my basement to a new garage. I want to be Batman, y'all. That, I mean, that would be kind of cool, especially if it's not like an attached garage, to have like underground so that you don't have to go out in the elements to get to your garage. That would be kind of cool. I would totally be okay with that. I just don't like going out in, elements and when it's cold and stuff. And then, if you make the tunnel wide enough, then you could maybe have like fish tanks on each side of the tunnel to go up into your garage. That would be fun too. I don't know. Possibilities are kind of endless. Well, the ideas are endless, not so much the possibilities. If you don't have the means. 4 big pool ponds will fit nicely. Nice. See, and I still have that 1,000-gallon tub out in the backyard that we've had for years that we haven't figured out what to do with yet. I still would love to, dig a hole big enough in the backyard to set that down in and have a couple of koi, or have some really fun outdoor, fish that I don't necessarily have to worry about bringing inside in the winter, things that with the proper equipment would survive winters here. We'll get that figured out eventually. In the meantime, it just kind of sits in the backyard on its side, not doing anything. Yeah, Jeremy, I'm only limited by the fact that I lost the Powerball. Yep. Yep.
So that's what I do with a tub. Yeah, and I mean it's a 1,000-gallon tub and it's round. And with as big as koi get, I maybe could do 2 koi in it tops. But I know there are other fish that you can put with koi that they would all be okay in the winter time. It would just be about doing the proper research to ensure that I'm stocking it correctly and that I'm not losing anything in the winter.
Just a update on blackness. Definitely a boy.
Okay.
Yep. V, not a W.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically looks just like Bobby.
Okay.
Don't ask. I figured it out, okay?
You violated him.
No, I didn't. I tricked him. Because if you open the lid, he
comes up to, yeah.
emerges. So open the lid, and just to verify, went back and did the same thing with Bobby. It doesn't work as well with him. But it's supposed to look like a U, not a dove V or something. Looks like Bobby. It's a boy.
Anyway.
It's a boy. I think I saw a fishy wiener.
picture and just said, "You saw his ding ding?"
Oh man.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, "Oh my gosh, did he like give you red rocket when you went in the bathroom?"
Oh, so Silver Creek sent the plane crash video on Instagram to me, so you're gonna have to show me that.
And I will, and he it's graphic, so you're warned.
Right.
Man, that sucks. Not only, I feel bad for people that were in that involved, but that was quite a bit of history that went down
Yeah.
that really can't be replicated. I mean, it can. I'm sure they could go dig one up somewhere. They're always finding them and rebuilding them. I mean, the original Memphis Belle just finally got finished being rebuilt, and it's on display in Dayton, which, go figure. While we were there, I was asking, where's the Memphis Belle at? And they're like, oh, it's over here. I'm like, no, that's a what was that? Uh,
I don't remember.
it was a bomber, but it was a jet. I can't think of the name right now, but they called it Memphis Belle too. I'm like, no, that's not the one I'm referring to. I said, this one's a B-17. It's very big. You can't hide it.
Oh,
Well, Dayton can hide it very well.
Yeah.
Just saying, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base had it being rebuilt the whole time in the back while we were there, and I never even got to see her. 6 months after we had gone, then they brought her out and that. I'm like, man, you sons of bitches. So, another excuse to go back over there and check it out when I can.
Not like I don't have family down there anyway.
Yeah. Ouch. Somebody got split in half. Man, I'll bet you. Were they coming in for a landing and just kind of careened into each other, or how'd that whole thing go down? I mean, I'll watch the video. I don't have to explain it. Pretty bad. Memphis Belle was a great movie. I don't know. I don't know how accurate Hollywood was for that movie, but it was a damn good movie. Oh man! So if they were super low and collided, there's not much chance anybody made it out of that. Paul McCarthy eating my steak dinner now and chips tonight. All right, buddy. Heck yeah. Let me see if I can. Every time I move this thing, I hit a button and do something. There we go. It doesn't do what I want to do. Had saw something about 1,000-gallon tub is huge. Yeah, but I don't think it's exactly 1,000 gallons. Mainly because, well, one, it's been cut in half. The sides are only maybe 3 foot tall. The rim of it. I don't think it's 1,000-gallon tub. I think it was a 1,000-gallon container that somebody cut the top half of. So really, I mean, it'd be right around the same as the pool, which maybe 600-700 gallons tops. But there's no way you can get that thing full. There's so many holes in it. I don't believe it's 1,000 gallons. I could be wrong. I'd have to actually flip it over and measure it and run some mathematical numbers on it, but I don't think it's 1,000 gallons. I really don't. I would guess easily 600 to 700, full to the brim. No, no, nothing. It's probably 7, 6 or 7 ish. There went another one right by my head. Just Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's something else. You know, it's something like that. You gotta you gotta understand when you're coming in for a landing, everybody's prepping for that and get ready. The odds of anybody being able to successfully make it out of an aircraft alive at 1,000+ feet, I mean, maybe not even that high, really slim. And yeah, I feel bad for them, but the plane, I mean, that's not really replaceable. Neither are they. I mean, you see what I'm saying here, but I feel bad for them and their families. I do, because not a whole hell of a lot could be done at that point. Let's see. Jimmy P says, "What plane?" Apparently, there was a B-17 and I think a B-73 that collided during landing um, for an air show. That just horrible. It was not really a good outcome for that. Um, you know, a lot of people made it out B-17s, but usually those were 30, 40,000 feet in the air, and they could get out. They had time. Not when you're coming in for a landing. You don't have any time. And the odds of actually surviving without a parachute are even slimmer than just riding it out, kind of thing. So yeah, it's not a good situation. Mm. And that's yeah, they're psycho. Yeah, that's psycho. Um, that was the worst thing about the B-17s. They get cut in half and they do just drop like a rock. There's nothing. You hear tales of people surviving in the tail gunner position after the tail section got sliced off. There's all sorts of stories where, you know, people in ball turrets made it somehow. Then there's also stories where the ball turrets would stick closed and they couldn't get out and they had to belly land. Well, you can just imagine what happened to that poor guy. Um, not a not a fun situation. There's no humor in that or anything like that. Just not a situation you want to be in. Silver Creek said they might have been 300 feet in the air. Well, I don't see how anybody, even 300 feet, if you survived, you did something right. But you're definitely feeling it. Man, that. Oof. Yeah. Well, usually everybody that I have met, uh, when we've walked through a few B-17s here, a couple B-29s, just some cool warplanes that'll fly in. They'll do an air show or whatever, and everybody that we've met, they've been pretty centered, down to earth.
Yeah.
I would highly doubt that they were loaded, like loaded intoxicated wise, uh, or influenced.
I think he meant like rich, like had enough money to buy something like
Oh,
that and then
yeah.
crash it.
I don't know. A lot of the times it'll be a group of people get together and they buy one plane, they restore it, and then they create a business where they take people on air tours and this and that.
Right.
I don't know. Hard to say. I took loaded as being loaded.
No.
You know, honestly, you're probably correct, but definitely if it was a private owner, like one single owner had that plane, oh yeah, you're definitely rich. Um, but most of the time, it's a group of people get together and uh, rebuild those planes. Kermit Weeks, or Kermit Meeks. Um, I follow them on Facebook, and they do a lot of warplane restorations and this and that. And it's a group of people. It's not just one guy footing the bill for everybody, which makes it a little easier. But nonetheless, the, it's hard to hard to watch something like that happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, they found that B-29 in the Antarctic, and they spent months getting that thing ready. And they went to fly it, didn't even get off the ground. An oil can shook off, or I think it was something. I can't even remember what it was for, but it was an oil can shook off of a table or something, a counter inside the B-29. And when it did, it went everywhere and it ignited and it burned that thing to the ground.
Yeah.
And that was one of the last surviving viable B-29. So that was horrible. Nobody died in that, but still, it could have been a lot worse. But I don't know.
Right.
It says, "Stay out of the skies, rich people. You all die." yeah. It just, I don't know. But it's horrible when anything like that happens because one, it takes more than two people to fly that plane. And if they were flying in there with some friends, hey man, let's go to this airport. You can fly in, whatever. And yeah, there's
I know.
it's rough.
No, I know.
So, I don't know. I always wish for the best, but I know what the outcome is usually of those. Silver Creek says his grandpa was the captain during World War II and then went on to captain for American Airlines. I used to love listening to his stories. Yeah. My one of my uncles was a tail gunner in a B-17. And actually, his feet got crushed because the bomb doors wouldn't open up and the bombs fell out of the rack. Squish. But no, he lived a long time and didn't really tell a lot of stories. There was just he didn't want to push him to talk about it. Once in a while, he'd say something and then he'd just stop and that you just let it go.
Yep.
So I wish I could have got some more stories out of him, but I couldn't.
Vibes, hello.
What's happening, Vibes? How we doing? Let's see. Hecklefish. What's happening, Hecklefish? How you doing? There's two plates collide in open air, so imagine flying cars. They'd be dropping everywhere. This is true. They can't even drive themselves. I mean, some of these cars can, but what happens if you have, let's just say, since we're on the subject of this, because there's places that have driverless Ubers. So what's to say there isn't some kind of update that was needed right before you got that thing, and you're just in the back, fooling around, blah blah blah, whatever. Next thing you know, whatever's driving the vehicle crashes, like in the CPU, and the accelerator sticks wide open, and you just go flying into traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what kind of fail-safe there are in those, but I don't trust them. If I ever see an Uber pull up in front of my house and there's nobody in it, I'm walking. Nope. Or I'm just not going. Like, dude, I'm not getting in that. I don't trust it. I've seen cars where you can push a button and they'll drive themselves, but come on. Let's have some sort of reality here. Something can go wrong in the computer. And if it's me, especially, something's definitely going to go wrong in the computer. I don't trust them. Look at all my lives where I've had technical problems. There's no way I would trust an Uber. So, yes, that comment right there, I wholeheartedly agree with. I think they'd be dropping like just dropping like flies.
Yep.
Let's see. We all need a UFO.
Rick away us. Is this the early midnight mayhem?
I don't think there's going to be any midnight mayhem tonight. But moonlight, whatever you want to call it. Jeremy says, what do the driverless Ubers do when the bank locked my car during the ride? Am I trapped forever? I would just imagine the vehicle just pulls over and says, get out. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I don't know.
Well, this is probably why you have to pay for your Uber before they even come to pick you up.
That's probable. Because the Ubers aren't like taxis.
No.
You know,
You
where
do
the
have to pay for an Uber
where the
before-
meter keeps running. Usually, whatever it's going to cost, you got to pay that up front, I think.
For Uber, yes.
But I don't know. I mean, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
They just lock the doors and send it into the lake. I don't know. You're not getting on this one. Oh man. But yeah, that it's just a matter of time until computers take over the world. And then we have the Terminator movie. I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm a guy that has fish.
Yep.
That's all I am. Oh man. I never Uber or Lyft. Well,
We've Ubered a few times. It's not a
I
bad
Ubered a few times, yeah. But you find flaws in that easily. If you have them drop you off, but you're just dropping off to stop for a minute, you got to order a whole nother one. They won't just sit there for 2 minutes.
Yep.
It's stupid.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, like what they do. Yeah, you can go somewhere, you can party all you want, and then as long as you're composure enough to ride in somebody's car without covering it in puke, you get home safe and you don't catch any cases. But I guess you could still catch a case there because if you do puke in their car, most of them will kick you the hell out. Within their right.
They do, and then you have to pay a cleaning fee for them to get their car cleaned.
But then, that just becomes a bigger mess.
Welcome back, Skipper. We're actually going to be taking an Uber next month when my company has our party at the hockey game. We're going to Uber for that.
Yay.
Well, because listen, free alcohol, I'm not driving. And you won't be able to, so. No, I'm just saying, we're taking an Uber. There and back.
It's the T-1000. He's far superior to me in every way. I remember that movie. Riggy says car covered in puke is not exactly the silver lining in the evening. No, No, it's not. Not at all.
Nope.
Looks like ooh, look, I reached for my phone, but I could do it right here. Looks like John made it in. My Fish Tanks Aquatics. How you doing, John? Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna buy one of the old paddy wagons for the drunk Ubers. Yeah, there you go. Call it a wagon ride. I don't know. I had nothing with that one.
Nope.
We used to do that at the campground. I'd say, "Hey man, I'll Uber you on my golf cart," but I was also drunk. If we made it, we made it.
But we were also in a contained campground.
Oh yeah, we
where-
weren't on. We were not on public streets or anything
I
like
mean,
that.
sure, there was still a chance that you could hit somebody's camper on the way to yours.
Somebody did. There was a couple instances in that campground where somebody had a little too much fun. They drank a little too much, whatever, and they slammed into somebody's camper. Full force. It was bad. That happened a couple times. And then I got yelled at for sitting there with my beer in my hand and watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell? I'm not the one that hit it.
All good.
I don't know what I got on my hand, but need some.
Or not.
I don't know either. That's a new one.
Anywho.
Yep. Okay. Well, I think. Probably gonna go for about another 27 minutes, maybe.
Maybe.
Kind of out of things.
Right.
I don't really have a whole lot planned this week.
No. We have OCA Saturday
Yeah.
with Mr. Kyle Jaded.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Don't have a whole lot to talk about other than I would like to next weekend get that 125, get different substrate in that just because I'm sick of it.
There's
These guys are probably sick of hearing me say I'm sick of it. But I'm sick of it. So, yeah. Anywho, we're getting closer to that Fish Fam Christmas thing, too.
we are.
I'm looking around my.
Because I'm like kind of blocked.
So, yeah, definitely be looking out for that Fish Fam Christmas. You never know when that's going to start. I mean, well, you do know when it's going to start, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
You don't know when Santa will be visiting channels.
Do you see what I'm saying? No. No, but be on the lookout for that because that's coming soon, real soon. And we had a real fun time with it last year, and hope to have just as much, if not more, fun this year with it. So
Yeah.
definitely be on the lookout for that.
And if you're curious about what Fish Fam Christmas is, or when it starts, or what the rules are, just go to fishfam.link and search Fish Fam Christmas. You will get all of your information that way.
Ooh, I'll bet I could do that. Watch this.
I mean, I'm just saying, fishfam.link and search Fish Fam Christmas. It'll give you everything from when it starts to how long it's going to how to sign up. May even give you the option for if you want to donate or to giveaways for the Fish Fam Christmas.
Yep.
And if you have a channel and you stream regularly, you can sign up to be part of the Fish Fam Christmas and have Santa on your live stream. Or one of his elves, because I believe Santa is actually going to have some of his elves helping him this year.
There you go. I did it. I think. Bam.
Did you have to figure out how to share it to the screen? Or are you not going to share it?
There what? I did.
Oh, the link.
Uh-huh. So check that out. Go in there, type Fish Fam Christmas, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. Tell you the dates that it's going to happen. I think the dates are shorter this time
It
around.
is, I think it's like December 19th to
Yeah.
January 1st or something along that time frame. So it's definitely been cut in half compared to what it was last year.
Yep. So, but be on the lookout for that because that's coming soon.
And I believe there are more channels actually. I think we doubled the amount of channels that signed up this year
Really?
to participate versus last year.
That's awesome.
I believe so.
Like, stepping on. Oh, let's see. Who's taking off? Looks like Vibes is taking off. Have a good night, buddy. Ricky says he's tired. June says it's nap time. I agree. Today's just a day where I just didn't have energy or gumption
No.
at all. Just,
All the snowflakes falling from the sky. It's kind of like a rainy day. It makes you tired.
I don't. Silver Creek says he signed up for the Fish Fam Christmas. Are you? I
You
believe so.
You are. Now that I'm back to streaming again, I qualify to actually sign up for it myself.
So technically, you're double dipping.
We did the same thing last year.
I'm messing with you.
I had Santa on my stream and you had Santa on yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it is a fun time. It is, and sometimes you don't get to win. If you have my luck, you don't win at all, except for like once. But that's okay. It's still fun to go and hang out and try. You can't win if you don't try.
Right. I actually did win and then ended up trading what I won with someone else because what I won, they wanted, and what they won, I wanted. So it actually, for the most part, worked out.
All right, Debs, thanks for popping in. Thank you, Scotty, for posting that link to Skipper's auction tonight.
Yes.
Definitely make sure you check that out.
7 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Car is back. I feel like going back to bed. I'm so tired. Going all week for this.
Where are you going, Craig?
Yeah, where you go?
Right, like I'm curious. Why is the car back? Where are you going?
Let's see. Yeah, don't let me forget, June. Actually, June was like the one thing I've won ever.
Yeah.
But so yes, I definitely need to. Where'd it go? Just saw it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I already
I
do
will
have
try
her
not to
email.
forget.
I already do have her email from her sending us the T-bone video.
Oh well, then send her our
Yeah.
address back.
I do have
There
the
we go.
email.
Problem solved. Yep, I forgot.
That's okay.
I didn't. Yeah, that was kind of funny how she did it, and I'm sitting here and like, "Congrats, Metalhead." I'm like, "What? What happened?"
We were actually lurking. Like we had her stream on the TV, but we were doing water changes and other stuff, and all of a sudden we heard her say, "Congrats, Metalhead," and both of us stopped. Like, wait, what?
I was like, "Holy shit, I won!" What is it?
Great. I'll get that email.
That's definitely super cool.
Yeah. I'll get the address to her as soon as you shut that down the stream. I'll pull up Gmail and get the email to her.
I am not used to hearing my name.
For
winning
a
anything.
contest, right?
I'm used to hearing my name if there's a judge involved. Or
yeah, you want an only
a
Oscar
police report of some kind. But I'm not used to hearing my name as winning something. That was different.
Did you catch that?
Yes.
You won an only Oscars mug.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Then I can put my beer in it.
Sure. I won't judge you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Hmm.
I got you that
custom made tumbler too, so that you can put beer in that or a mixed drink in that, and it just collects dust.
I should have took it to the shelf.
I don't know why I didn't think to bring one of my travel mugs with me.
Yeah.
Maybe I was afraid you couldn't bring in drinks from outside. I don't know.
Yeah, you could.
Lesson learned. Now we know for next year.
She says, would you prefer a towel? I don't care.
Oh, because, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, you don't drink coffee, so it's just gonna sit there.
I'll put beer in it.
You said that about the tumbler I purchased for you. That I had custom made for you.
Mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying a mug is just going to sit and collect dust because you don't use mugs or tumblers for anything. A towel you would use.
Okay. Bad. Nope, I'm fine with whatever you send me.
Mountain greenery is back. Hello.
Hi, Mountain Greenery. Ooh, it's an Oscar towel. Well,
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had them at Oscar.
You had me at towel. I'm just in a weird mood today. I kind of want to wake this cat up.
Leave her alone.
Oh, I was expecting you to jump. It didn't work.
She doesn't jump. She's not jumpy.
Now she jumps right by my head.
She's okay. She's not. Whatever.
Okay. That cat is not jumpy.
No, I told you she's not jumpy.
I like jumpy cats.
Anyhow.
Let's see. Silver Creek says, I find it best when you're in a weird mood to do something absolutely freaking crazy. It always fixes it or satisfies your inner weirdness. Well, yeah. Yeah.
What would you do absolutely crazy? Go running outside naked in the snow?
I'm not doing that.
Well, I mean,
I've already got enough trouble bearing down on me right now. I don't exactly need that one.
there's not really a lot of crazy things you could do right now.
Could get on the Harley and ride in the snow, but ew, it's probably dead.
Probably.
Yeah, I should have got that in the garage. Oops.
Oh, well.
It says no encouragement, please. Yes, this is very true. I do not need encouraged to do anything stupid. Have you seen my videos? Just saying. I really should have put the Daytona video out. That was just.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I don't know how any of us made it back here.
Silver Creek said exactly. Get naked, chug a beer, bring your katana, and run through the streets like you don't give a damn. See, we call those meth heads around here.
Yeah, and they're using sticks.
But they think they're swords.
Oh boy. The pirate.
Love the pirate. Yep.
One of these days.
And that's all Kelly's fault.
One of these days. We're gonna hear battery cord tripping her ear. And it is funnier than hell.
I know.
She keeps flicking her ear and quarters just bounce on it. Okay, that was funny. No, one of these days you guys are gonna pop into a live and there's gonna be a patch on my eye and a hook on my hand.
That would be pretty
One of
funny.
these days it could happen. Just saying. Whatever she did, your charging cord was bouncing off her ear, and she kept flicking it, and it was just funnier than hell.
Well, see, the thing is, I happened to look at my phone and realize that I was at 8% battery and was like, oh, I should probably plug that in.
Danikin made it in. What's happening?
Silver Creek said our meth heads bang sticks on pans walking down the street. Ours fight light poles.
They don't fight them; they yell at them, and then dance
No.
weirdly. Like you can't even recreate it. You got to make your spine bend
I
backwards.
don't know if you actually remember the time that we were coming home and we had to go downtown and we witnessed the guy that karate kicked the light pole standing on a corner and then fell and then got back up and started yelling at said light pole. This has been several years ago, but as we were turning, we just saw the dude like karate kick this light pole and fell right on his ass.
Silver Creek says, "I'd be a pirate. I'd be a fucking pirate with you any day." Arr.
The pirate thing came about because of the salted Kelly back here.
Yeah, that took a couple takes, but I should have just done the whole video as a pirate. That would have been funny. Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes. What's happening, Doc? How you doing?
Doc Anthony, hello.
I should have just said Doc.
You should have. I don't think anybody ever reads out his full name on here anymore.
But
They're
I just
like,
proved I can do it.
Anthony.
What's happening, Doc? Glad to see you pop in. Oh, man.
Silver Creek said, y'all got internet worthy crackheads. Oh, we do.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we do. They go hard here. They
Yeah.
go really hard here.
They haven't reverted to running naked and ripping people's faces off yet, but that was Florida man. That was Florida man.
Well, and that was Dad's fault.
Yet they're not far from it.
No.
Just saying. It's sad to see it, but at the same time, entertaining. Because there's no honest explanation for it other than you know, somebody dabbled with something they probably shouldn't have, and then walked out in public. Because that's a great idea. I just like to know how they make their spines bend. Just like, I can't even do this. And these people are like a backwards L.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're so high that you can't feel anything.
Doc says, doing water changes today, and it's amazing what you find in tanks when you're doing water changes. I have found fish. Like,
Right.
not dead ones.
Right.
I just recently found that my, what are they, spotted Raphael cats? All three of them are still alive. They're in this pile of fake rock behind me. I found fry in the 125, which is why I've been letting it, leaving it be for a while. But it's really starting to annoy me. Actually, speaking of that, there's one right there. Mm-hmm. They should probably go hide. No, it is amazing what you can find when you do water changes. I also found a remote to the lights in one of my other tanks, which is why it doesn't work correctly anymore. Because one of these knocked the remote into the tank. Probably shouldn't have had it there. My fault just as much as theirs. Oh, man. Yeah, looks like you found some plecos.
Pleco babies.
That, don't you do it. No.
Watch out, she's tootie.
Don't you go walking across the keyboard. I know what you're trying to do. You're gonna do it.
Monty does that to Jason all the time. Walks on his keyboard. Sends chat.
No, you're gonna jump on the tank and probably one of these days you're gonna go in that list. One of these days, that's why all those fish are scared.
They're getting a drink. And they drink out of this fish tank all the time. But I always make sure they have water in their bowl. They prefer fish tank water to fresh water in their bowl. I don't know. I literally make sure they have water every single day.
Well, I'm going to be covering that gap.
They'll find another tank.
Let's see. Ricky says, "Hey, suggestion of what color substrate to use with Dragonstone. I have both tan and black sand available, as well as beige and tan pea gravel." That's a lot of tan.
Isn't Dragonstone kind of a tan though?
Dragonstone. This is the bathroom.
Silver Creek makes a good point. What life is going to be in the tank, because that helps too. But you're going to want something that's going to kind of pop against the Dragonstone, but you don't want something that's going to flush out whatever fish you have in the tank either.
Kind of against me personally. I'm kind of against using dark substrates anymore. Seems to liven the fish up with the brighter substrates a little bit. Or you can drown them out completely, and it constantly looks yellow on film, but it's not. That's where I messed up with the 150.
Nano Tank 1 Blue Beta.
Oh,
I would say then I would go with a tan or a white. And it's a 4-gallon. So I would go with a tan or a white because that's going to make the color on that betta pop.
a little more neutral.
And you want your betta to show more than your sand and your Dragonstone. So personally, Silver Creek says blue pops on black better than it does on tan. I guess that's probably true too. The betta that I actually got from the Keystone Clash is blue, and he has a black substrate, and so yeah, that's probably true. Definitely, you want something that's going to make that betta stick out, though, as far as color wise. And then yeah, with dragons, yeah, black is probably going to be the best way for you to go. Yep. And with it only being a 4-gallon, you're not going to need a whole lot, so that makes it even better. Just thought I would stop by on my water team break. Have a good day. See y'all on Skipper Stream tonight. Yes. Dr. Anthony, thank you so much for coming by. We are definitely going to try and be in Skipper Stream later, so we should see you there. But definitely thank you for coming by. Also, I like that you call him AKA Spike/Thomas. That's great. I'm a fan of natural colors, sand substrates, but with a blue or light colored better, go black all the way. No, it's funny now because once you said black, it did remind me that my betta tank, my one betta tank has black it's rock, not sand. And he's blue and he pops against that. My other betta tank is a 10-gallon, and I've got white sand in that, and the betta itself is like white and red. And he still looks very pretty in that tank, but I think if the sand would have been black, he would have popped a lot more and shown a lot better.
I hate gravel.
I don't like the gravel either. I want to get it out of there.
Gravel.
I do want to get the gravel out of my betta tank and put sand in there.
I love gravel because the fish are all, most of them are always rooting through there. And the paint wears off. Mm-hmm. One. just because, I mean, it's constantly being churned.
Mhm.
But 2, it starts to look like crap. 3, it looks like crap. 4, it looks like crap. 5, the whole tank looks like crap because I stuck crap in it.
Right.
This is gonna bug the shit.
I know. No, I feel the same way with this data tank and this black gravel in there. I want to get that out of there and just put a stand in it instead.
Well, you know, with the betas, it's usually not rooting around through the gravel. So I
They
mean,
typically
it'll last longer in a smaller tank like that. But when you
Yeah.
go to okay, the 125 and the cichlids, all they do is dig and churn the rock, and that starts to rub against itself. The paint wears off the rocks or whatever, and it just looks like shit.
Yeah.
Number 6, it's just shit.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So, yeah, I'm over gravel. I'm done with it. Moving on to sink.
Yep. Agreed.
Surf City Cichlids, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Melvin made it in here. What's happening, Melvin? How you doing? Uh, June says the black sand took forever to clean, but it's pretty in the tanks. Yeah.
See, I have to disagree. The black sand that I have in my tanks,
Well, that's because I
but
got
I
that.
also have black background.
Well, I got that Stony River,
Mm-hmm.
and they do a pretty good job of rinsing it. So yeah, you get a little dusting,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
But it's
but
not
a
that
lot of people use like black diamond blasting
blasting sand.
sand,
Yeah.
and that does take a lot of work to clean.
Mhm.
But totally worth it. It looks great, especially if they're a bright fish. Uh,
A blue bed on black sand would be really gorgeous.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're not washing anything out, and it's going to make that dragonstone pop too. So
Yeah, because that not only do you have to look out for the fish, the dragonstone is also very cool too.
yeah,
So, you kind of want that to look good.
right.
I usually don't. I just cram it in there, and if it looks great, usually doesn't. Doesn't work for me that well.
You have like no rhyme or reason to how you
Nope.
decorate your tank.
I am the worst aquascaper ever because I don't care. If it looks good to me, that's all I care about.
Well, and that's really all that matters unless you're doing it for competition. And clearly, I don't do it for competition either. But ever since Aquashella, I've got all these ideas in my head, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, she critiques me constantly, and I just look at her and
Caught the bug.
I don't care.
Kind of caught the bug. I'm like, if you did it this way, and he's like, nope, I like it.
He did it this way instead of doing that, and I'm like, I don't care.
But that's why you have your own tanks and I have my own tanks, and we can do with them whatever we want.
I do what I like. They're my tanks.
That's right. I have my own tanks, so you have your own tanks.
To me, that cube looks awesome. To some people, that cube might look like shit.
Oh no, I love that.
It looks like conglomerated shit, and I can see that. But in the same token, I don't care. I like it.
Well, because to some people would see that and say that you're not creating any kind of depth in the tank.
I don't want to. I gave them a place to hide, also with functionality.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps filters.
Right.
So,
right.
I'm happy with it. And they appear to be extremely happy with it. They haven't ripped any of it out yet.
Right.
Which is a definite plus.
Big Shrimpin says the only one I wish I didn't use the blasting sand is my blue shrimp tank. Can't see them suckers.
Oh,
yeah, when I had my jades in the tank that my bed is in now with the black gravel, you couldn't see them at all.
Yep.
They have all since died, so clearly we don't see them all anyway. But yeah, I'm done with shrimp. I'm trying to keep so many different kinds of shrimp, and I just can't keep them alive, no matter what I do. No matter how many times I chase water parameters and think that I have it right, I just cannot keep them alive. Shrimp are just not for me, and that's okay.
I can keep shrimp alive.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I have shrimp down there.
No, you told me they all died.
Oh, I thought they did. They're hiding.
Whatever.
Now I saw a couple the other day.
Mine might still be in there. Like I said, they might be in the back
Yeah,
part of the tank where the filtration
those
is.
red killies. And I thought I had something else down there too, but I can't remember it. It was blue,
I don't know.
but I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks that I lost all of my shrimp because they were pretty and they had babies and the babies were doing good too. And now I don't. I had to move them all because the 5 gallon crashed on me and I haven't seen them since I moved them. So they could be alive, but I have a little. The Fluval Flex is weird. It's got that little pocket on the back for like your filtration and stuff, and they could be hiding back in that little compartment. I don't know,
They probably are.
but I haven't seen them.
There's nothing else can get to them there. That's the bad thing about the smaller tanks is they just have so many champers that you really don't have a good way to block off unless you put some sort of sponge down in it. But if you do that, you restrict the flow potentially, and it's already a small tank. If you did that with a bigger tank, it wouldn't matter. You can
Right.
you can get away with more things in a bigger tank than you can in a smaller.
Smaller, right? No, I know.
I don't know.
But it's okay though.
That's the weird thing about the smaller tanks, the Neo tanks or whatever you want to call them. Nano.
That's the cool thing about me and you though, is I do like big tanks, don't get me wrong, but I prefer smaller tanks where you have all bigger tanks. I like my small tank.
I didn't do it on purpose either. It just happened.
No, I know. But I really enjoy my smaller tanks and I do with them what I can.
Nope. I don't know what the hell possessed me to get any of these big tanks other than I saw them and I was like, oh, that's cool. And it's not a bad price. Yeah.
Right.
And then, Steven reached out to me about the cube tank. And I got to thinking about it and I'm like, right by my head.
Yep.
One of these days she's going to miss.
Oh my God.
But no, Steven reached out to me about that one, and I'm like, all right. He's like, I just couldn't get it in my house. I'm like, well, you're not prepared to do what I am. I have no problem hacking into my house. I got it all back together. It's fine. Totally worth it. Now, if we ever have to move, that's going to suck. But I've already figured out I will remove the bay window and back the truck right up to the window. And I can get pretty much all the tanks out of the house through the window. That way we don't have to do the weird monkeying around thing. And that's what would suck is if we do move. I would have to, that would take like 3 months just to move everything. Because it'd be like a month of moving tanks. 1 week, you'd move one tank, get it over there, get it set up, get it running, blah, blah, blah. Make sure it's good, put everything back in it. Then get the other tank over there. Or maybe do 2 in 1 day or whatever. That would suck. And for some reason, we always move in winter. And that's even better. I don't think we've ever moved in summer.
No.
It's always been winter.
Yep. Always been in the cold. Sometimes in the snow.
Every time. No, I don't plan on moving. Do not plan on moving. I'm done with the moving thing. The only thing I might move is stuff around a little bit. That's it. Lady Rorschach made it in. What's happening?
She says, I love your kitty. This is only one. The other one is in my lap. You can't see. They're sisters, and they fight over real estate to get to mom any possible way they can. So I'm being suffocated by kitties right now. But this is Bean. This is the baby. And
They just like to jump by my head.
Nugget does. Bean just loves her cuddles. Her fur box is going 1,000 miles a second right now. She's a cuddle bug.
Oh man. Well, I think we're gonna go about 2 more minutes there, and that'll make it a solid 2 hours.
Really? Because I'm showing that you've only been live for an hour and 56.
I don't care what you're looking at. I see 157.
Whatever.
Now 158. So you just wasted 32 seconds.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yep. So I think with that, we'll start saying our goodbyes for the weekend. I'm sure we'll run into you guys in chats and whatnot. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. May next week kick ass. My moderators, there's a bunch of you now.
Everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for what you guys do. I appreciate it. And the replay crew, can't forget you guys either. I love the replay crew. I love going back a couple days after it happened and commenting and hanging out and whatever. So, anyways, guys, I've had a fun time with you guys. Hopefully, the next one will be just as much fun. So, until we meet again, stay metal, everyone. Thanks for being here. I love all you guys. Thank you.